So what do you do when you reach that low moment, when you're all by yourself and you feeling that pain and you're trying to figure out how you should bounce back? Well, this week on Motivation and Confidence, we're going to show you what you can do to build yourself back up. Stay tuned. All right, everybody worldwide, you're now tuned into Motivation and Confidence, where we help you do your daily best. And I'm your host, Tom Danger. Back this week with a new episode. A lot of madness and craziness going on in the world, but we're going to focus on you. Okay? In this week's episode, we are going to talk about reaching your lowest point. Reaching and feeling a low point in your life and how you should go about bouncing back. I think a lot of us go through things that put us in a bad space. You know, some of us face depression. Some of us suffer from anxiety, heartbreak. In this climate, job loss, health issues. There's a whole array of things that are going on, or that goes on in your life, that you will face. And at some point, you're going to have to figure out how to bounce back from it. There are several things that I've personally encountered in which I would consider a low point. One of which is dealing with the illness of a loved one, you know, and how do you go about handling that? Or even just imagine that you've given something your all, right? And this is for all of my creators and entrepreneurs out there. Imagine you've worked on something and you've given it 110%. Like truly given it 110%. And it goes nowhere. No one's paying attention to you. No one even acknowledges what you've done. No one really has seen the amount of sweat equity that you've put into it. And you don't get any light or time of day from the people that you do try to present your idea to. And for a lot of us, it makes us feel as if we should give up. You want to give up when you don't get that recognition. You want to give up when you see other people receiving accolades. You want to give up when people start telling you that you'll never make it. And then you're going to start to have that doubt in your mind of why you can't continue to do it, or why you shouldn't do it, or how your idea isn't good enough. But that's not the case. You see, a lot of us, let me rephrase that. A lot of you spend your lifetime trying to avoid pain. You're afraid of it. That fear blocks you from moving forward. Because no one likes the feeling of being hurt. Right? I've felt heartbreak before. Cried my eyes out. Karma came back to bite me. But this is what I had to do. I had to embrace that pain so I could learn something from it. See, a lot of us don't realize that within that failure, or within that pain, or in that low point, we're actually cleansing ourselves of all that hurt, all that ego, all that selfishness is being killed. You have no reason to feel good. You have no good reason to feel good. And that low point is going to remind you every day that you wake up, every time you look in the mirror, every time that you're alone, it's right there with you. It's haunting you. It's telling you you're going to feel this pain. And you know what? Until you feel that pain and until you brace that pain, you won't be able to move on. So what do? A lot of us try to circumvent the pain. We try to sleep the pain away, drink the pain away, sex the pain away, get high, try to take the pain away. And what does it do? It helps that low point remind you that it's right there waiting for you. As soon as you come back up, as soon as you wake up, as soon as that feeling of high, as soon as that feeling of that limited feeling of feeling good goes away, it's right there waiting for you. It ain't going nowhere. So you know what you got to do? You got to make it your friend. You got to start to talk to it. You got me. Yeah, it hurt. But it's not going to hurt forever. Because after a while, you're going to build a tolerance for it. No matter how low you get, eventually, it's going to do one or two things to you. It's either going to break you or it's going to make you. And even when you broke, at some point, you're going to get fixed. Whether or not it's at your own will or by the will of someone else who can see something greater within you. Like I see and hear in all of you that tune into the podcast. I see the letters that come in. I read them and I respond to them. I see the DMs on Instagram. I see the pain in some of the tweets that are out there. I see you. That pain is temporary. Don't run from that pain. And also, don't glorify the pain. Don't gloat. Don't woe is me. We all have a rough time. We all go through a rough patch. And it's temporary. Just because your idea didn't take off today, just because that relationship didn't work today, just because that family member is ill at the moment, it won't be like that forever. And in that low point, you got to start thinking about, as hard as it is, what are you going to do when your time comes? And your time is not going to look and feel like what you think it should be. When it's your time, it's your time. Embrace patience. Part of the reason that I've created so much music over the years is because instead of chasing the other things that that I mentioned to make you feel good, I put it to a pen. Another thing you could do is journal. Write all those feelings down. Write just how bad you feel. Stop holding it in. Put the pen to the paper. Let it all out. Let it go. And especially a lot of you black women out there, a lot of y'all walk around thinking that you have to be Superwoman for everybody. You're not going to cry. You're human. You're supposed to cry. You don't want your kids to see you that way. What you don't want your kids to feel, they're supposed to know that they're supposed to feel. But if we as parents don't feel, how are they supposed to feel and express emotions? Or to know how to bounce back from those low moments? Because even when you think you're alone, you're not alone. Now, some people may say, well, in the physical sense, I live by myself, or I'm somewhere where I don't have friends and family with me. The energy is still around you. You have to call on it. You have to change your mindset. You have to start focusing on the things that you want. Because that low point is temporary. It's sort of like caterpillar, right? Stages of caterpillar. That pain is sort of like the stages of the caterpillar. When you go into that cocoon, you know, when you hurt, I'm talking about the type of hurt when you hurt so bad that you go in a fetal position and you start crying for your mama, or you start crying to whoever you believe in to make that's the type of pain I'm talking about. I'm talking about that hurt pain. When you got to get it out your system. And once you get it out your system, what happens to a caterpillar once it comes out of the cocoon? It turns into something far more beautiful. That's your life. So whatever temporary setback you're going through, whatever low moment that you're running from, embrace it. Feel the pain. Temporary. It's going to pass. This is Motivation and Confidence, where we help you do your daily best.